Hello, it's me. I'm in California dreaming of the way it used to be. Hello. Ooh, that's a bright light behind me. Let me adjust this. Hold on. Let me fix it. Hello, Carrie. How are you? I'm just messing with the light behind me. That is a very bright bulb in that light. How are you tonight? Let some people. Oh, look at you. Throwing a thumbs up already. I like it. Hello, Malaya's mom. There's Shauna. There's Charlene. User OW7. What's up? Hello, Julia. Hello, Rusty. Hello, Nancy. There is Sarah. Sarah, do you notice anything different today? Hmm? Hmm? Oh, I got the one hair right there. You see that? Hello, Debbie from Iowa. Shauna said I threw a thumbs up. Sarah said cleaned up. Look at that. Nancy said I went to John's channel. Nice guy. Is it John or Ron? I think you went to Ron's channel. There you go. Nancy said looks good. Yes. Do you know what it's like to go to a barber shop with reindeer? I'm talking they're in everything. I'm talking it is crazy how much stuff they get into at the barber shop. Hello, Lily. How are you? Uh-oh, I need some duct tape for my husband. How is everybody tonight? Yeah, I put the reindeers in the car and we went over to the barber shop today and they made a mess. Hello, Rosie. There's Peter. How are you tonight? There's Karen. User OW, what is your name? Can you tell us your name so we're not referring to you as user? Hang in there, Malaya's mom. A lot of prayers going out for you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Big block. Okay, we can say big block. Carrie said this has been one of those weeks. I'm ready for it to be over with. Friday not getting here quick enough. Hello, Easy Lanes. How are you? Someone said love the beard trim. Look at that. Ooh, there's Rocker. There's C Disney. How are you? Good morning. Is it Vino? Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Love the hat. Yep, gotta have the hat. You got it. Let a few people filter in here. Don't forget, there are 58 people in the room right now. If you were in the room, hello, Brian. Will you let me out of your basement? I'm about to eat through the drywall. Can't do it, Brian. You're stuck, buddy. You're stuck. I missed the 5 p.m. upload because the time change. 6 o'clock. There you go. Santa now has membership. Malaya's mom, thank you. But no, there are 68 people in the room, only 23 thumbs up. If you are in the room right now and you have not hit the thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. Let's get that hat out early tonight. Let's make sure that we've got 100 likes in this room tonight. Plain and simple. It's what we like. Hello, Ruth. How are you? I hope you had a wonderful day too. Do I listen to Parabolic? Do I? Do I look like Parabolic? Uh, We'll figure it out. Shauna said I have to brush my teeth. Shauna's got a whole process that she goes through. Nancy said, I am. Okay. Tapping as fast as I can. There you go. We are at 30 thumbs up. You got it. Real quick, before I want to make sure I want to get this young lady's name right. Andrea Arroyo. I'll say it again. Andrea Arroyo. I was sitting at work tonight. I was doing the show tonight. Andrea Arroyo. There is a short that I do with a young lady, and she said, would you slap me for $1 million? And all of a sudden, we act like we slap her, and she lets out a huge scream. It's a funny little short when you see it. But Andrea Arroyo sent me $10 tonight just to say, hey, thank you for doing that video. That is awesome. I sent her a nice little message. I told her, thank you so much. God bless you. But yeah, just out of the blue tonight, she evidently stumbled up on that video and said, hey, I like this video. And she sent me a little love gift tonight. And I'm like, that's really nice. And I don't know. I've never seen the name before. I don't know if she's in the channel. I don't think she is. But it was one of those things that it just kind of took me off guard a little bit because I had not seen that. Yes, I am a Christian. Malaya's mom, gotta keep your heads up. Gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep moving forward here. Oh, Sarah wants who sends it? Shauna. Shauna wants the hat tonight early. Look at that. We can do that. Shauna said, let's get some hat action going on here tonight. I'm assuming you want the glasses too. Here we go. Oh, where's my button? Hang on. I know it's there. I can see it. There we go. Yeah. I like it. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that. Hello, the cousin Soto. How are you? Sarah said, you got to gas up the white van. Did you just say that, Sarah? Violet, shout out to Nelsonville, Ohio. Brian said, I've already joined. I just joined the chat tonight. Guys, I'm telling you, if you are scrolling and all of a sudden you pop in and you see this guy sitting here looking like Santa Claus with his glasses and his hat, why wouldn't you stop? It just makes sense to stop. It really does. Now we'll lose this for a little bit. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate you. I do. Shauna's let me tell you, every day when I put a short up or anything like that, Shauna hits the like buttons on them and things like that. No, not weird, just festive. Yes. Rusty said, please be respectful in the room. 43 people have thrown thumbs up tonight. Guys, let me ask you a question. Do you watch any sports? I watch a ton of sports. As many people, Roblox in this room know, I do a sports radio show in the state of Virginia. So it is my job to watch sports. I keep up with a ton of sports. Yeah, 42. Look at it, 45 likes in 10 minutes. Everybody get ready to do the turkey trot. It's coming up. Uh-oh, Linda. Uh-oh. I hear one of the Litleys and he is not happy. Hello, Anita. How are you? Yeah, I'm seeing 48 right now. Let's hit 50 in 10 minutes. That is awesome. I know I spell it wrong every time. TNT, hello there. Uh-oh. Let's hit the question. Oh, this is okay. Here we go. Best movie snack combination. Let me fix this so I can do my thing here. You ready? Okay. We can do this. Let's do two eyes. There we go. I like it. Best movie snack combination. If you are getting that beef jerky, look at that. Okay. If you are getting ready to sit down and you are getting ready to watch a movie, what is your snack combination that you are going to? M&Ms and popcorn, potato chips mixed with pretzels. Okay. Popcorn milk duds. Hello, Doug. Pepsi and popcorn. Okay. Wanna What is my favorite sport? It varies. Probably football. Um, I'm a big fan of basketball, big fan of softball. It varies. Nacho cheese, some chocolate candy, and cold pop. Minus football. Awesome. When was the last time you went to the movie theaters and saw the prices of concessions at a movie theater? That is ridiculous. It's crazy. Snow caps. Snow caps don't get enough credit in this world. They really don't. It's outrageous. Oh, I'm not sure why I hit the cash button last night. We had money on card, but would not go through unless cards has been may have blocked it. Okay. But would not go through unless card. Not sure, Nita. I don't know. May have to block it on order for things the card went through last time, but it was a bank card. Okay, I got you. Juju Fruits, yes. I am a quarterback in football. Awesome. I haven't been to a theater, Betty, in 30 years? Really? If you were spamming the chat, disrespectful cursing, yes. Peter and Malaya's mom will zap you. How is Jeff doing? I have not heard from Jeff. I saw him the other day in one of the chats, and his comment disappeared. I don't know what happened to his comment. Um, I don't know if he took it down. I'm not sure, but I have not seen or heard from Jeff after that one comment. Rozzy, I'm having a pain flare. I fell on ice a couple years ago. Oh, praying for Rozzy tonight. Yes, definitely. We can do that. Violet says we have our movie theater in Nelsonville. $5 movies, $2 candy, 10 screens. That is awesome. That is awesome. Titanium in the arm. Look at that. Wow. You know, we need more places like that. That just, and look, here's the thing. I'm sure hello, Melissa. I'm sure that the movies are not the greatest movies in the world for $5, and it might be something that you've already seen. But for $5 and $2 concession, why wouldn't you go and, go see a movie that just have a simple night out? Cheapest place around. No, it sounds, yes, living for Christ. You got it. Well, FJ, we got to get you. We got to get you going and moving in the world. Hello, Barbara. I love you too. Uh-oh. Yeah, if you've got to zap them, you zap them. Yeah, you zap them if you got to zap them. One of the things that I miss are things like that, where you could go and spend $5 and $2. Um, I'll give you a prime example in football. In football, Coastal Carolina. If you're not familiar with Coastal Carolina, it is a college down right outside of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and they are the Chanticleers. They have a beautiful campus. Of course, it's right there at the beach. Um, One of the things they implemented this year was if you buy a ticket to the football game, your concessions are free. Now here's the kicker. Granted, the things that you get at the concession stand will only be like hot dogs, nachos, you get a soda, um, popcorn. You're not going up there getting a steak or, a Philly steak sandwich or something. You're not doing that. You're getting the hot dog. You're getting, but here's the thing, the entire game, you can go and get, I believe, every visit, you can get like four hot dogs. You get four items. You can get a soda, a hot dog, popcorn, and a drink, and nachos, I mean. So you get 4 items every trip. Let me tell you, how good of a model is that for other college stadiums to take a look at? Because I know when you go to some of these ball games, if you've not been to a ball game lately, I'm talking it's 9 and $10 to get a soda at some of these ball games. It is outrageous. Rosie said, "That's why I stay home and stream everything." You got it. Prayers for your son, Barbara. Oh, prayers for Barbara's son. Yeah, no, everybody's always looking for that bargain. Hello, Gary. How are you? We have a chain that costs $5.50 for every box office movie, even on weekends and peak times. That's awesome. You know, Karen said, "Anytime. I am here for everyone." Anita said, "Malaya's mom, hope you're feeling better." Our high school tickets are, I think, $15. To see a high school football game, you are paying $15? Wow. Hello, Miss Rita. Good evening, late dinner. Hopefully, 2 more weeks of cooking for our daughter and family. They should be in their new house settled. Gotcha. You got it. Rainin, we will pray. Yes. Rainin, we will do that. Said that her puppy's having some problems. Roblox, and you pray for my mom. She's really sick. We can do that. You got it. TNT, $1 here. Rusty said it's $20 per pop and a little thing of popcorn at AMC theaters. You got it. Robert, Robert said, "Why is Patrick still asking for more money?" I think the post that you were seeing, there was a post that went up this morning. I think it's an old post that you're seeing. I think that's when or it had originally started, and everything was there. I think that's an extremely old post. I You would hope that he's a little bit smarter, and he is not asking for more money while everything is going on. You would hope that that's not the hello, Terry. That's not the case. If he is asking for more money right now, wow. You would say that the authorities would probably be on his doorsteps in the morning, knocking on that door, going, "What are you doing? Don't do that." But I saw one post today, and it was an extremely older post that somebody had put that up, and basically the caption on it was, "Remember when this started?" and it was one of the original posts. Um, Someone posted Whitaker's had car and van, gave to them and insurance on it, popped up this morning. Miss Anita, evidently it is from a gentleman in the area there. I believe it was a van that was given to them. The car was given to them from Patrick. And from what I'm understanding out of everything I'm seeing, somebody had made reference to the fact that Patrick said, if I give you the car, we're done. I don't owe you anything. And somebody sat there and said the Whitaker said, nope, that's not the deal. You still owe us money. From what I'm also understanding, Eric evidently from the, I don't know how reliable these sources are. I'm only telling you what I'm seeing. They're saying that Eric has kind of made good, giving them the money. I don't know who has the money, but that's, we'll do. Gore will pray for you. Yeah, easy lanes. And the Whitaker gave that car right back to him. And prayers for Gore tonight. That was something that we saw quick. They, hello, Tech 2. Yeah, that was given back quick. So we saw that happen. And then this new gentleman, Gary, and like I said, we don't know a lot about Gary, just for the simple fact of he's trying to stay under the radar here from what it looks like. Yes, Mary. Eric's lawyer said that the Whitakers had got their money. How true that is, like I said, I don't know. We haven't seen any documentation. But his attorney has basically said that they have gotten their money. The van, and I think it was a van, I believe, and also a new propane unit for the house. They had put some heat into the house for the Whitakers. So that's what's going on there. A lot, and that was through Gary, from what I'm understanding. And Mary, yes. And I think that's why the car was given back. I think there were some things there that a lot of people are saying that the reason he gave the car was he was trying to settle the debt. And the Whitakers are like, nope, not going to do that. But the Eric giving them the money is this week. Next week, Patrick is giving. Guys, yeah, Rita, you're going to hear stories, and that's how come we don't get too much into it, because it is a matter of you hear new stories day after day after day, just like the one today. When somebody puts up a post going, do you remember this? Well, it was the original post of Patrick asking for money for the Whitakers, asking for furniture, asking for different things like that. Those are the things that you look at and you go, why was this posted? We've heard nothing about Timmy. We've heard nothing about Lorraine. We've heard nothing about Ray here. And guys, I'll be honest with you. I think that's a good thing. The more we can keep them out of the limelight and let them figure out what they need to do, guys, we know they're being taken care of. We know they're being fed. We know that somebody is watching out for them. They're not. One of the things with Ray, was the bathroom habits and things like that of Ray, where they said that he would walk around, he had messed himself and things like that. You're hoping that he is somewhere where they are taking care of that. If that happens, they are safe. Nobody's coming in on them. So that, you look at things, and I know we all want them back together, and we want them all to be a family again. We'd love for Betty and them to be able to see them. And here's the thing. Betty and them may have seen them. We don't know. That's the thing. A lot of this stuff has kind of died down on the internet. You're you feel like you're waiting. You're waiting for the next big wave to come, and but I know that the Gary gentleman has basically said, "I don't." Phyllis, he may yes. But Gary said that he just wants to be left alone, that he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He evidently lives in that area. He wants to make sure they're taken care of. And he doesn't want to get on social media and put everything out there. The only reason this was put out was I think somebody was just sharing the information, and that's how it happened. And so, okay. Yeah. See, I think, Betty, one of the things that you have to worry about is that, they come and see them, but how rough of a time is that when they get to leave and the other 3 don't? And I know you don't wanna keep anybody from anybody, but, do they understand that? Do they understand that, yeah, they're coming in to see you, but these folks are leaving and you're still staying? So that's a little scary too. On the Whitakers, the good Lord sometimes closes doors and opens new one. Yes. Yes. Hello, Jessica. Yeah, but that's what we've seen right now. It's been kinda quiet. Like I said, there is a lot of content creators out there that will throw something, up that is, 6, 7 months old, and you're literally, I think, looking to get clicks off of it. Um, let this process roll through. Trust me, when something happens, from this investigation, I think the state of West Virginia will put out what has gone on with this, because the news channels in the area have been keeping close, ties to this story and what's going on. Uh, oh, Anita, you're exactly right. Sarah's exactly right. Aiden, what's my relationship with Christ? A good one. Solid. Yes. Mary said, college basketball is here. You got it. Yeah, big creators, small creators, Terry said, Mom, look up the DIY shower ring wreath ornaments. Use Hobby Lobby, Canadian prices, I think. Okay. Hello, David and Tammy. How are you? Has anybody seen from Bobby in the room tonight? We know that Bobby had some blood clots on his legs. Oh, Rocker, baked cabbage and smoked sausage. Hello, Papa Boy. How are you? It is so funny. Um, have Social Security, people are giving them. Gene, that is one thing that a lot of people are, making comments on that. I have a problem. How do I spread the gospel? Whenever I'm about to do it, I get nervous and don't say anything. Um, Aiden, you just got to talk to somebody. You just got to do it in your own way. And if that is, if ask them if you can share something with them. And here's the thing, and understand, if somebody tells you no, it's okay. Don't press. Just sit there and say, "Hey, can I share something with you?" If you see somebody out there, one of the things I do, one of the things my brother does, the family does, um, can I pray with you? Have a conversation with somebody. The conversation doesn't have to be a religious conversation. It can be about anything. But before you leave that person, ask that person, say, "Hey, can I do something for you real quick? Will you pray with me real quick?" And if they say no, then you say, "Okay, I understand, but here's what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna pray for you tonight. I am. I'm gonna keep you in my prayers." Um, Chris, can you please tell me what you had for dinner today? Because I fell down at work today. Well, Chris, I'm sorry. Yeah, just have the conversation with them. Just talk with them. William said, "First frost next week." Yes. And said, Santa, we serve a mighty God. You got it. You got it. Nick said, "Hey, buddy, go to bed." You first, Nick. Have a good night. Let's see. Yeah, I saw where. Oh, yes. Rusty, Sunday night through Monday morning, we're going to get heavy snow here in the Ohio Valley. I saw where it was supposed to, K Ruth, definitely prayers for K Ruth. I saw where it was supposed to dip down into Virginia as well. West Virginia, especially the mountains, snowshoe, and all that, as well as I do, get hit. But we're supposed to see a little bit here in the valley. And Mikey Donut said snow in northern Minnesota Friday. Look at that. 75 likes in 31 minutes. That is awesome. Early snow. Yes. Stay warm and safe. You got it. Phyllis said snow is coming here to Indiana. How many likes do we have? We have 76 in 32 minutes. Shauna says, I have lived with snow almost my entire life. If you've lived on the East Coast or you've lived in the middle of the country, there is snow. You're going to run into it. Now, thank you, Malaya's mom. I was getting ready to nail that one. Not much at all. I'll be honest with you. I had it fixed today and they put gel in it and everything like that. Shauna said it's in the 80s here. Yes. Flint, Michigan for 20 years. Let's do it. Let's get it. Aiden says, can we agree that I hate how divided we are as Christians on denominations, but I do love. Aiden, let me tell you, there are good churches and good people all over the place. And if you find the right one, you're going to be extremely happy in this world with where you're going and how people view things. But also understand we're people. We see things, some people may not see the same things you do. Be kind, be respectful. Just, we all, like you said, we don't want to be divided as Christians, but it happens sometimes. Just be respectful. We had a question. Who? Miss Nancy said, no question tonight. We had a question, Nancy. What is your favorite movie time snack? What is the go to? Easy Lane said, I love going to church. Jean said, no church is perfect. Let me tell you, back when we were kids, we were always told that we had to go to church. You got to go to church. You got to go to church. You got to do this. You got to do this. Somewhere along the line, we got to the point where people stepped back from church a little bit. Older people started going to church, the younger ones didn't. Now I'm starting to see a resurgence in the kids that are starting to go back to church. We've got new groups coming in like Elevation and things like that, to where you're starting to see. I think church had to change the way they were presenting themselves. Um, as I remember sitting as a kid, and you would look up, and you would see the you would see the minister preaching, and you would sing a few hymns, and you'd go through the motions of going to church. Well, now you go to some of these churches, and they've got the big band up on stage. It's a show. It is a presentation that they're doing, and I think somewhere along the line we got to a point that they needed to put a little showmanship into it to get the youth of the world energized to come back into the churches. I've been to a lot of churches. You walk through the door and you ask the members, you say, "What's the biggest issue that you run into?" And one of the biggest issues they run into is that they're dying out. And you ask that question, you're like, "What do you mean you're dying out?" There's no youth coming into those churches. The churches have been, basically families, and the youth, they're just not coming into those churches anymore. So you look at the congregation, and there's 75, 80-year old, 75, 80-year old. There's no 30 and 40-year old, 25 or 30-year old to get in, you know, to those churches. So a lot of these churches die out because they need that infusion of youth. And that's where I think a lot of these, like Elevation and places like that, they, I think they try to get to the young people by making it more of, we're going to worship God. We're going to give you the religion that you need. But in order to do that, we got to dangle a carrot in front of you. We've got to bring you in. And I think that's, back in the day, for us, it was, why do you go to church? Well, I need my soul saved. I believe in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. There was fellowship. You always had the dinners and things like that that you went to. You had Bible study and things. But I think a lot of people are sitting there going, we've got to keep the youth in here. But I'm starting to see that resurgence of youth come into a lot of churches, and I love that. Shauna, exactly. I love God no matter what. But some people, we had a gentleman here in the valley, Ivory Morton. We always laugh. His mama named him after a sweet smelling soap and a sweet pie, Ivory Morton. He started a church in the valley that, regardless of what you wore, you could come to church. I'm talking, that was just something that, growing up as a kid, you literally had, a suit, you had your slacks and your shirt and your tie, and you had but then it got to the point where a lot of people sat there and said, "Hey, um, yeah, no, you don't need to go to church to pray. You pray anywhere." But I think some churches started popping up to where people sat there and said, "We don't care what you look like. We don't care what you dress in. You show up. We've got something to teach you. We've got something to share with you. And it doesn't matter what you look like, you show up." And Ivory Morton here in the valley, he started opening up these churches, and it started bringing in people that really, was listening to the word and enjoying the word. And guess what? They were wearing shorts. They were wearing baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys, but it wasn't about the way you looked. It was about the word that was coming out of that building. And he was sharing that word. And it was really, "Hello, Ricardo, how are you?" Yeah, just because you sat in a church doesn't make you a Christian. Guys, I'm telling you that now. A lot of people go to church, and you hate to say this, a lot of people go to church and they don't understand sometimes what's being preached to them. It's just the way it is. You got to listen to the message sometimes. Yeah. Uh-oh, Shauna, what did you hit? Gene said, my church has come as you are. Yeah. Shauna, are you leaving us? Peter's leaving us. Good night, Peter. Roblox, you have a great night. Dolly Parton and Still Magnolia. God doesn't care which church you go to as long as you show up. Amen. That is true. Frank said, I go to church via YouTube every Sunday. Found a great church and a great pastor with a great message. That's all you need. That is all you need. Yes. Shauna said, I'm not leaving. Peter said, I'm not leaving. Well, why is everybody saying goodnight to Peter and all these, I think they think you're leaving. 20 minutes away. 20 minutes. We are at 80. We have 102 people in the room. TNT said, who can afford new clothes? I know if I can't, I want my son to have clothes. TNT, here's the thing. New, old, I don't care what you have. Those doors should be open for anybody and everybody. Never should we ever look at somebody and say, you're not dressed properly to come to church. No. No. I'm here to hear the word of God. I'm here to listen to the word of God. That's the whole thing. I don't care. Look, you can sit in a Burger King lobby and connect with Jesus just as easy as you can going into a church. It's up to you. Plain and simple. It is up to you. I get going to temples. I get going to, the churches. I get, but there are people that maybe just don't like going into the churches and to the buildings and to the, if sitting at a park and reading your Bible, and then you do that. Easy Lane said, my Baptist church is come as you are. Who are we talking about, Sean? Are we talking about my husband has the best morals. We don't go to church or synagogue. I believe because the night I met, I prayed I would meet someone nice. That was 30 years ago. Look at that. Free check-in. Everything is getting expensive. That, Easy Lanes. What? Let me tell you. And somebody made reference to that. Okay, I get that. I'm careful what I wear to church. I don't dress in revealing clothes, but I don't believe in showing too much skin in church. I get that. Guys, one of the things that I coached softball for years, and one of the things I coached females, and that was one of the rules, was that when you come to practice, please wear something appropriate. There is something in this world where men and women wear some of the most revealing clothes out there these days. I don't understand it. I really don't. And so, no, I get that comment a lot. Malaya's mom said the Goodwill. If you haven't been to the Goodwill lately, the Goodwill used to be a place where you could go and actually get some nice clothes cheap. The word cheap has completely gone away from the Goodwill. The Goodwill has gotten to the point where sometimes it is cheaper to go to a big box store than it is the Goodwill. Here's the thing that irritates me. How much are they paying for their stuff that they get at the Goodwill? Zero. It is being donated to them. Take a look at what the CEO of the Goodwill makes each year. You will not believe that person's salary. That person's salary is huge. In the valley alone here, a person can buy new cheaper than the Goodwill. Rocker in a lot of places, yes. Hello, Wildflower. How are you? We need to put the Bible back in schools. We need to do that a long time ago. I'll be honest with you. I believe that we needed to do that a long time ago. The schools around here have a place where you can let parents take their kids and get 5 outfits, shoes, underwear, socks, and coat. Awesome. We have a Catholic school here in the valley, and what they will do is for seniors or kids that are moving up to the next level, they'll say, look, all the kids wear uniforms. They say, will you donate your uniform back to the school? And then if there's a kid coming up through the grades that can use that uniform, please allow them to use that uniform. And so you try to make it to where school is affordable. My brother just sent me he's got to always throw those comments in. We had a thrift store made up of churches that help people get back on their feet. Yes. We used to have one. The Salvation Army had a thrift store here in the valley, and that was the thing. They would give out vouchers for people that were in the facilities or kids and things like that, to where, you know, they would try to help you with socks and things like that, but they would give you vouchers. Yes, my brother is trolled, except you don't get to see the message. I see the message through mine Easy Lanes. He's just having fun. Nancy, a lot. Yes. Malaya's mom. One of the things that we have here in the valley, and a lot of people, and I don't know if a lot of schools have this, we have, I want to say we have over 70 some students that are homeless here in the valley. No, you can't zap him. I'm the only one that can see the message. We don't want to zap him. I worked as it was a sort of trust me, the trucks are going straight to the supervisor. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. But no, what they will do is there are rooms set up that have washer and dryers, and they open up the locker rooms that if you need to come in and wash your clothes, if you need to come in and get a shower and do hygiene things in the morning, in the evenings, you can do that. But the school systems have set it up to where if your family's homeless and things like that, they've actually got it set up to where you can come and wash your clothes and things like that, to where, and it's free. There's no charge for you to come in and use the washer and dryers. Okay. They do. Yeah, a lot of towns have that, Malaya's mom. It is something that um, it is one of those things where it is desperately needed. And like I said, there are a lot of people. Um, we've got the thing set up as well to where on non-school days, if you are not in schools, a lot of our libraries have it set up to where you can go and get food at like breakfast and lunch. And then for dinner, they give you a bag that has maybe like a can of soup, crackers, peanut butter, things like that, to where um, you are taken care of for dinner. Who's racist? Who's racist? Malaya's mom and Peter are audit. Elmwood said, I want a Zapper for Christmas. Yes, Betty, Jeff was the one trying to get to Kentucky. Like I said, he put a post. Yeah, trolls are getting really bad TNT. Somebody asked me that the other day. They said, what do you need in one of these rooms? And I said, you need good zappers because they really help a whole lot. He was the one trying to get to Kentucky. I'm praying that he made it to Kentucky. Yeah, they're just trying to throw you off. That's what they want. Let's see. I don't know what that one's doing. Monica, it's been really good. How has your day been? There will be no trolling this channel. Oh, Rocker, my stomach hurts. Too much cabbage. Let's just say I'm glad you were there and I am here. I'm just saying that. Yes, Shauna, you're exactly right. Yep, don't feed into them. You got it. Peter said, don't do that. That's horrible. That is horrible. Never zap Rocker. Now, Rocker doesn't get zapped on that one. Cabbage will do it, yes. But it was good. I get that. How much did you eat tonight, Rocker? How much cabbage did you eat? Yeah, Nita, we've got to pray for his belly. And I'm going to pray for your wife, too. Because if she's got to be in the house with you, I'm praying for her. I drive a truck in Arkansas. I like Peterbilt the best. They have so much power, shift so smooth, super comfy. AB9. Whew. There's a Buc-ee's everywhere. Buc-ee's and Wawa's. Guys, we are at 14. Poor Rocker. Do you think trades Dallas made will... I do not. I think Dallas has one problem, William, and I'll be honest with you. I think the only problem that they have that they need to fix is the owner and general manager. And I think until he is out of the way, I don't think Dallas will have a couple good seasons. Look, when Jimmy Johnson was there, Jimmy Johnson ran the Cowboys. That's just the way it was. When Jimmy Johnson started having success and Jerry didn't get the success that he thought he deserved, that's what happened to the Cowboys. When they kicked Jimmy out of there, it was bad. Hello, G.I. Hun. How are you? Guys, we need 11 more. There's 102 people in the room, 88 likes. Praying for Bro Bragg. Friend's knee surgery. You got it. Yeah, if you're watching, double tap. Well, thank you, G. I appreciate that. Here's the question I want to ask, because I saw this today. For the pet owners out here, how many of you guys dress your pets up to take them out somewhere? I ran into a little corgi today that had this little sweater on, and I felt so bad for this little dog because this dog was in this sweater, and you can tell that it just was not. I don't get it. Gene said, no way I have a cat. Malaya's mom said, my Rottweiler loves clothes and gets mad. Okay. We put sweaters on our French Bulldog. Awesome. We take a little bunny for a walk. She has a little hat on. That's cute. That's adorable. Bo Bragg said, I do not dress up my pets. I have a bearded dragon. Get a top hat. Top hat may look good on a bearded dragon. Only when okay. Have a dog never puts clothes on them. Used to have a Yorkie put a sweater. Cats do not tolerate that. Mary, okay, I get that. Mine wear scarves, but that's all. Okay. I never dress pets up. Ah, the shark fin on the cat. We have sweaters for our dogs. Yes. Hello, FJ. The Shih Tzu won't have it. Whoa, ho. Carrie said, I had chickens, and one of my chickens wore a sombrero. Are you serious? You had a sombrero wearing chicken. Please tell me that was your spirit animal. I'm just saying. That would have been awesome. Anita, dressing up for pictures. A lot of people do that. When you put clothes on a cat, they forget how to walk. Okay. Donna, I'm with you. I want to see a picture of the chicken with the sombrero on. And it says Olay. Oh, loco. Awesome. See, you made Santa hats. Yeah, for your horses. You got to cut the ear. Yeah, why not? Email me that. Said I put a coat on my parrot. Hold on. Keep it from freezing. Sometimes that don't work though. You got it. All right, we are 7 away, guys. We are 4 minutes away from being an hour in the chat. We are 7 away. We have 101 people in the room. If you are in the room tonight, hit those thumbs up. Let's get to 100 likes. It's hard to find clothes for big dogs. Yes. We can do this. 94. We are 6 away. I've got the glasses. Look, the glasses here. Oh, I'm going to put the glasses on. The glasses are here. No, look, I just lost one by putting the glasses on. I look old. Well, I am old. You're only as old as you feel. Trust me. My cat loves. Okay. The glasses look good on you. 4 away. Do I look like Elton John? Saturday, 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 Saturday. Saturday's right with you. I look like Elton John, don't I? Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Elton Santa, you got it. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. Yeah. Oh, come on, 2 more. We get to 100. We need, I'm seeing 99. Come on. Come on. Now, y'all are saying we did it, but I'm only, there we go. I like it. Uh-oh. Where's my button? There it is. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, now you drop back to 99. Come on now. We love the hat. Maybe I need to do some more Elton John songs. Maybe next time we do, I'll just sit here and sing Elton John songs. Maybe I'll do that. Well, I guess that's why they call it the blues. Time on my hands. What do you think? Should I do that? I think we might have to do that one night. Just do nothing but Elton John songs. I like it. At 5 after tomorrow. Yes, I need to do that. I need to put a post up saying, look, come into the room and this is what you get. You got it. All right, everybody. I'm going to hop off here for the night. We've got 102 people in the room, 101 likes. I hope everybody had a great night. Like I said, we may do some Elton John tomorrow night. You never know. Yo, guys, have a great night. Pray for the Whitakers. Pray for everybody that needed prayers tonight. Pray for Bobby. Bobby's having the blood clots on the legs. Pray for him as well. You guys have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow night. Go do something good for somebody. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye now.